Previously on Raider Power, Lady Raider basketball.
Good, Kelsey. That's it. Game like. Let's go. Game speed, game pace, game body language. Let's go. I want to coach as hard as they practice. I mean, I want to have a lot of energy and a lot of pop in my step, as I say, and, you know, be the most energetic, high-energy person on the floor, and hopefully that's going to carry over to every possession and every drill and, you know, every single aspect of practice. Get back in it! Get back in it! Get back in it!
She's fun, energetic, you know, always pushing us, making sure we're doing the best we can be.
Good job! Good job, Black!
And just having her energy at the level it is keeps us going. You know, they're going to follow. You know, if you're negative, they're going to continue to be more negative. If you're positive, they're going to be positive. So, you know, attitude, you know, an attitude is contagious, whether negative or positive. And, you know, I think it starts with our coaching staff, the work ethic, the passion, the enthusiasm, the energy level. And we need to set the tone every day, and it needs to start with me. So we want to come out here, we want to work as hard as we possibly can with a smile on our face and have a lot of fun with this.
Or option number 3 is you can get a warning from me about the exercise. 1, 2, or 3, Amber, without anybody talking.
Had to be good listeners as well throughout that. Couldn't talk, you know, and you had to just, you know, kind of go off each other's instincts. And it was really great for us as far as how to communicate beyond being vocal.
You can do it. That's what I'm talking about. Excellent, ladies. Excellent.
And, you know, a lot of times maybe it's just a look, or, you know, you can read each other on the floor with just a simple look in the eye, and more communication by, you know, hand signals and just, you know, showing each other what to do with your actions instead of actually being vocal.
This is the foundation for everything, every relationship, and it's called trust. Was trust required in this exercise? You bet it was. You had to trust the boards, you had to trust the belayers, you had to trust your teammates.
Trust is such a big factor. It's such a, you know, successful component to any entity, any organization, any family, any team, and, you know, you've got to trust one another.
We couldn't talk, and I couldn't see. That's all you have is trust. You don't know where you are, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, so all you can do is take direction and trust that your teammates are leading the way.
You know, you've got to trust one another. You've got to have each other's back. You know, you've got to trust that maybe she may know a little more than I do, so I've got to follow. And, you know, Mo trusted her teammates that they would safely secure her across. And, you know, it was putting them in an uncomfortable position. And that's the way the game is every day. There's going to be times throughout the point of a game where things aren't going to be so safe and so secure and so easy. We're going to be uncomfortable. And, you know, that was a great, you know, example of being uncomfortable. But we trusted one another and everything turned out to be okay. You've got to have trust on the floor.
There are times that people come into our lives that need an extra hand. And, you know, they may be strong one minute and not so strong the next minute. So Coach Curry is just representing that person. It's not about her. It's about somebody you may not even be able to name. But she's going to need some extra help, all right? Don't make her run alone.
Well, it was a role reversal, you know. I feel like I need to be their rock, you know, each and every day on the floor, court, classroom. And, you know, it was a little bit uncomfortable because the role was kind of reversed, and I needed to really lean on them and trust them at a higher level. And so it was a good feeling knowing that, you know, I felt like I could trust them, and our role was reversed a little bit. And you're uncomfortable and you're going backward, and it's a little bit different feeling than you have on a regular basis. And, you know, I really wasn't worried because I felt like they were going to help me get across, and I just had to be a good follower.
And then finally is unity. In fact, just for fun, anybody want to try to do this by themselves real quickly? I'll give you both boards. Wouldn't work with it.
I learned that there are times when you can't get through it alone, like depending on other people and holding each other accountable and just trusting each other.
Somebody's got to stand on the short board while somebody's crossing. Somebody's got to have their hands reaching out. Somebody's got to stabilize the long board. Y'all, you do need a strong point guard, but you better have that too as a shooter. And you better have a couple of strong forwards and a post that will do their part while they're on the court. And guess what you're doing when you're sitting over there on the bench with me? Your part.
You've got to depend on one another. You've got to have each other's back. You've got to support one another. And it was, a really good experience for us.
If you go through some stuff together this year that binds you together that more carefully or closely, although I don't like being in the fire, it sure is to be out of the fire and know that you're more valuable. You have character. All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. When you make a mistake, your team suffers, not just you. But because I know you're going to make some mistakes, there are going to be some turnovers, there are going to be a couple of traveling violations called, so to speak, we're going to allow you to open up 6 of these, one time only, so you'll have a total of 20 opportunities to get everybody on my side. And what I mean by that is the goal is to get to from where you are to where I am. I might mention, to begin with the end in mind. What does it look like when the last person's coming through? It'll be real hard for them to get up here and get through by themselves, wouldn't it? All right? You have as much time as you want to plan, and let's start getting people through, okay?
I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can hold somebody up.
Can you not go through that? We can hold you
I can go through that.
That's just
hard for him to try to get. Yeah, I can go through that by myself.
It was a very tough situation to be in, just to start with, and then you put the time component, and they were trying to tell you need to hurry up and do it.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, he's rear just sit there.
We got 6 openings. It's okay, Coach Kelly.
Can't make a mistake, and so it got a little frustrating at times, but to the kids' credit, they probably stayed more composed than the coaching staff did.
You're gonna have to go through like that.
Yeah. So we should go from the top down, right?
I mean, you weren't way up off the ground or having to use a lot of strength or anything, but it definitely was the most difficult one, I think. And that's the way it is sometimes. I mean, sometimes the easy stuff is the physical stuff. It's the mental that's so hard to overcome.
You just have to go slow, and we can lift your legs.
Feet first or the other way first?
I go your hands first.
You got it.
7,
Now pull yourself through. Pull yourself through. Stay stiff.
Move your hand.
This is
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I think that's his shorts. Yeah.
Wait. I'm not going to penalize it for sure.
We talk to them all the time when they come. You're going to come up in obstacles your whole life, but it's what you do when you come up against that obstacle, and life's how you handle stuff, and so I think they did a really good job at that, and I think it's carried on over into the season.
But watch your hand. Good job.
I thought from that exercise, we finally settled down and had someone step up and be a leader, and everyone else followed. You take away from that as well, there's more than one right way to do something. Together, this team can accomplish an awful lot, but we've got to be together. And when times are tough, when times are good, when times are easy, when times are hard, when times are sad, when times are happy, you guys stick together.
And the only way that people are going to be successful is to finally get it, that we can do things together that we can't do otherwise. And you are one if you truly are a team. You can be one. You can take care of each other.
I think he does a really good job. You can tell he has a really strong faith and believes in what he's doing.
His faith and his message on how to live life every day and how to live life together is so important. And I thought that, the fact that, we walked away from there learning that, together is power.
We're going to give you some safety instructions. We're going to harness up, and we're going to climb. Okay? Here we go. So, when Lobo says we're going to get over this wall, you're going to find out real quick that it's impossible. No person has ever gotten over this wall, but we've had lots of teams get over it. All right? So listen to the safety instructions. Listen very carefully to the initiative instructions.
Sometimes things aren't going to be easy, and sometimes, you know, it's going to be tough and it's going to be physically draining. But, you know, if we stick together and work together, you know, we can handle it.
Everybody got to get up over. There's nobody up there right now. You will send the first person up. Then you will send the second person up. Once you send the third person up, once that third person is up, the first person must come down in order. You send the third one up, the second person will come down in order. You are right. At the end, there will be one person down here. How's that person going to get up? That's something that you need to figure out, all right?
All those exercises that we did that day were really valuable for our team, and I think it's played a big part in our success so far this season.
What? Put your hand on and now step in.
Now make sure you step on the shoulders.
Okay, step on my shoulder.
Ready?
You got Grant on your right
And
Coach Kelly on your left.
No
Now push up.
No fingers. Ow.
Push, pull, hey.
Yeah, hey!
In the phases of our seasons, we're going to hit a roadblock, and it can't just be one player that tries to carry us all. I think that we understood, and more so I hope that the team understood, that it's going to be a balance.
They're going to step on your shoulders. I got your back.
I don't know, it may change.
Up.
Left, left.
No, on shoulders.
You're okay, you're okay. Push her up. Grab her harness.
On the floor, we have to have 5 people working together and a bench that's, you know, understanding the situation to be ready to come in when they're called upon. So, you know, you can't win a basketball game by yourself, and it's just another example of how to translate that into on-court success.
Push up.
Wait, step on my shoulder.
Push up, push up, push up.
Pull her harness, pull her harness. There you go. Yeah!
There's power in a group, and you're more successful and more strong and more powerful when you're not standing alone, but when you're standing together as one.
Lean forward, lean forward, lean forward.
Oh, God, ain't nobody trying to
And I thought that was good because our kids did a much better job. You know, as each exercise went, you could really see us grow in not only cerebrally how we were approaching things, but also just how they were approaching things leadership-wise. And, you know, those that emerged and did a good job with trying to lead the way, and we had some great followers as well.
Now step on her shoulder.
No lifting, Jordan.
Step on her shoulder.
Push her up.
Watch the hair.
What?
Yeah, grab her leg. There you go, get her harness.
Good job.
That one was really, I don't know, I really like that one because I felt like a lot of us were all involved in it, and that's how things have to be in anything in basketball or whatever. We have to be, you know, making team decisions, and certain people have to step up and lead and, you know, find maybe the exact problem. Me and Christine kind of, I guess, were there and we figured out what needed to be done, but then everybody was able to execute, and that has to happen a lot on the court in practice. If it's a bad practice or if something's not working, someone has to step up, then everybody else has to go with whatever the solution is. Everybody has to go together, and that's how you get things done.
Rover, rover, let's go.
But from that point to the time we got everybody over, your perspective changed, and one more time, you were able to do it as a team. I'll offer you the same option as I did on the islands. Would anybody like for us to harness you up real quick, put the belay rope on, and let you do it by yourself?
I think this group of players have been around each other enough and get along so well on and off the court that there is that level of trust, and that, you know, that's important. It helps you get through the tough times.
Suddenly, life's just stacked up against you, and you're saying, I can't do this anymore. Well, of course you can't. That's why you got each other, to lift you over the wall. Whatever it may be, don't try to do it alone, you guys. You got each other. So maybe there's sometimes, man, I don't know if it's at practice or in the middle of a game or whatever, you say, team wall, team wall. We did it then, we can do it again now. It's too big, we can't get over it. Oh, yes, we can. We do it together. Because you can. We're going to go one game at a time, one step at a time. Once you're up there, you're going to jump, and the goal is to grab the trapeze bar together with your partner.
when you first look at their faces, they're really hesitant. And they're like, I'm not climbing up that pole. So I felt like I needed to climb up that pole first. That, you know, being a leader, that, you know, if I'm expecting them to do something every day and that I'm capable of doing, then I need to probably be the one to step up. And, you know, Andrea, our GA, and I stepped up and we climbed up the pole first. And, you know, that's a pretty uncomfortable feeling, very insecure. We're going to go through points in our season. They're going to be very uncomfortable in road environments. We're going to be very insecure at times if we're not shooting the ball well, if something's not going our way.
Supergirl, Superwoman!
And, you know, we had points in that exercise where, you know, they weren't calm, cool, and collected, but they were able to become calm and cool and collect themselves and collect their thoughts and know what they needed to do to become more comfortable. And that was good to see because, again, you're going to have points during the game. You're going to have ups and downs, and how do you handle all the in-betweens?
It's the most terrifying thing I've ever done. I mean, I was like half crying up there. And Mary's like, you can do it, just look at me, just hold on to me, just blah, blah, blah. I mean, I was like, Mary, I can't do it, I can't do it.
Good, Mary. Great job, Mary. Coach her up. Perfect.
I knew, you know, if I was kind of nervous too, but I knew if like I showed that I was okay, she would be less scared. Because if you have two scared people up there, then it's like, oh, you know, you have to have somebody there that's kind of going to at least fake it and, you know, put on that they're okay and they can help you through it.
You know, how to settle back down and collect yourself comes back to poise. You've got to be more poised. And, you know, we've got to become a more poised team on the court this year, and I thought that exercise was really great as far as, you know, learning how to be poised. And it's something that we draw from that I'll remind them of during points during the game that, hey, if we can climb up on that pole.
Good job, JB.
Mo!
I'm just afraid that I'm going to miss the swing. I don't know. I'm out of my comfort zone right now. Yeah.
Well, I'm the type of person, I like to be in control of certain situations, and I guess the fact that I wasn't on ground, like I like my feet on the ground.
She was really able to, you know, fight through a little bit of being a little nervous and rattled, and then come back and calm herself and be cool and collected, and had some poise down the stretch. And, you know, it has to give her confidence when she's in an uncomfortable situation, how to turn that into a positive.
That's it, Christine. Good job.
You know, I was so frightened that everything was so quiet, and the only thing I was thinking is like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So that's like pretty much the only thing I heard.
Christine obviously was terrified, and Chantal again knew that she had to be, you know, the stronger person right there and kind of guide her teammate up there and kind of have her believe in what she was doing and trust her. And it definitely showed that, you know, she believed in her and trusted her. So that's the same situation on the court, is that, you know, we want our players to trust in each other and believe that they're going to have each other's backs.
Oh, way to go, girl. Way to go, Christine. Sean, that's a great teammate right there.
You got it. You're so close. Do you hear me? You're so close. You got it. There you go.
I can tell that she was scared, but I guess I was more scared why she was trying to make me feel better. And she didn't show that she was scared at all.
We were all very proud of her and with what she accomplished and overcoming her fears, and just, I think she was the bigger person that day.
God, I'm proud of you. Man, I'm proud of you. You whipped it, girl. You whipped it.
That in real adversity, we do all tend to come together as a team and as a family.
You were a leader up there, man. Way to go.
Thank you.
You good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're back on the ground again.
And that's the joy of coaching every day, is to see them, you know, when things aren't going well, when things are going well, how they handle adversity. And it's going to be the same thing, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years down the road in life. And, you know, I was so proud of Christine.
You guys have been awesome. All right, good job.
Family.
Family on 3.
One. Somebody count.
1, 2, 3. Family.
There you go.